Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys 3 different methods to corner. So this one here we have our regular corner to corner where you're going to chain 6 and double crochet into the chain spaces. This one here is a modified version which is slightly smaller. And this one is, I call it the modified corner to corner because you're chaining 5 and using double crochet. And then this one is the mini corner to corner, which is what I like to call it. This one here is done with half double crochets and we're chaining 5. So there is a little size difference. So stick around and I will show you how to do each and one of these. I'm going to do regular corner to corner. So to start that, we have our hook. I'm going to be using a 5mm. We're going to do our slip stitch. So I always grab these two like this, and I put my 2 fingers in here like this, and I turn and I grab the long string there. So to start our corner to corner, you're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to yarn over and we're going to double crochet into the 4 chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yarn over and pull through 2, pull through 2. And then we're going to go into the next 2 stitches here, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, going into that last stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2. So that's your first, I call them blocks, but technically you have 1, 2, 3 double crochets and your chain here. So that would be considered row 1. So now you're going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, we're going to go into the 4th chain from the hook, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, going into that next stitch, yarn over and into that last stitch. So now we have these 2 blocks here. So you want to turn them so they look like this. And right here is your chain space from the beginning. So we're going to slip stitch into that chain space. And you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to put 3 double crochets into that chain space that we just slip stitched through. So pull through 2, pull through 2, that's 1, 2, 3. So row 1 and this is row 2. And a good way to find out what row you're on is how many blocks. And this is only for your increasing rows. So right now we're increasing row 1 and then row 2 because there's 2 blocks here. So now we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pull through 2, pull through 2. So every time you want to increase, you're going to chain 6 and then do 3 double crochets. So now you have a block like that again. And then you want to turn it. We're going to go into that space. that chain 3 space. You're going to slip stitch. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Going to put 3 double crochets into that space. So that's 1, 2, 3, and again we're going to slip stitch into that chain 3 space, chain 3, and then put 3 double crochets into that chain 3 space, 1, 2, you can push it over if you need to, and 3. So now we have 3 blocks, so we're on row 3. Now if I want to start decreasing, so say I just wanted to make 3 rows, okay, so we're going to start decreasing. So instead of chaining 6 like I would for increase, I'm actually going to turn my work, and then these loops up here, there's 3 of them, you're going to slip stitch into the top and into that last chain right there. Okay, so now we can start decreasing. So we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and there's a space here, that's your chain from the previous row. We're going to do 3 double crochets into that space. Okay, slip stitch into that chain space, chain 3, 3 double crochets into that space, and then we're going to slip stitch into that chain 3 space. So normally we would do 3 chains and then 3 double crochets into that chain, but we're decreasing. So I want to turn my work. We're going to slip stitch across the top here. Now you want to chain 3, double crochet into the space 3 times, and slip stitch into that space. And there you go. So we have 3 by 3. So that is regular corner to corner using double crochets. So we're going to do a different corner to corner variation. So the last one that you saw was the regular corner to corner. So this one, I want it to be a little bit more tight knit, but we're still going to be using double crochet. So I'm going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to yarn over, and I'm actually going to go into the 3rd chain from the hook, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, going into that next stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2, and into that last chain. Okay, so that's one block. I'm going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, going into the third chain from the hook, pull through 2, pull through 2, yarn over, go into that next chain, pull through 2, pull through 2, and into that last chain, so we have our 2 blocks here. So you want to turn them opposites. We want to slip stitch into that chain space. We're going to chain 2, and we're going to do 3 double crochets into that space. 1, 2, 3. So that's row 2 because we have 2 blocks. You want to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over and go into the third chain from the hook. Pull through 2, pull through 2, into the next chain, and into the next chain. And turn. And into that chain space, we want to slip stitch. Chain 2. Yarn over and do 3 double crochets into that chain space. Two, 3, and then slip stitch into that chain space, chain 2, 3 double crochets, two, 3. So that's row 3. So that was increasing. So now if I want to decrease, I'm going to turn. I'm going to slip stitch into the 2 chains that are at the top there. Going to chain 2 and do 3 double crochets into that chain space. 1, 2, 3, slip stitch into that chain space again, chain 2, 3 double crochets, and slip stitch. So normally you would want to increase, but we're decreasing, so we're going to turn our work. We're going to slip stitch across, and we're going to chain 2, yarn over, 3 double crochets into that chain space, 1, 2, 3, and slip stitch to that top chain. Okay. So this one is a smaller version. So slight change in size here. Still using the 5mm. So this is done with chain 6. This is done with chain 5. So there's a little bit of a size difference. So we're going to do our mini corner to corner. So this is by far my favorite way to do corner to corner. So we're going to start with our slip stitch. We're going to slip onto our hook. So this one we're going to do half double crochet. So instead of double crochet, we're going to do half double crochet. So we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to half double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook and pull through all 3. Yarn over into that stitch, pull through all 3, yarn over and into that last chain and pull through all 3. So that's your first block. Chain 5, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, half double crochet into the 3rd chain from the hook, pull through 3, into the next stitch, pull through 3, next stitch, pull through 3, then you want to turn, slip stitch into that chain space, you want to chain 2, yarn over and do 3 half double crochets into that chain space, chain, so that's 2 blocks. So you want to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over into the 3rd chain, half double crochet, next chain, half double crochet, and then the last chain, half double crochet, turn, slip stitch into that chain 2 space, chain 2, yarn over and 3 half double crochets, slip stitch, chain 2, 3 half double crochets, so that's our increase row. So you have 3 blocks. So instead of chaining 5, we're now going to turn. I like turning the other way. Makes it kind of cleaner, I find. Slip stitch across the top. chain 2, and then 3 half double crochets into that space, slip stitch, chain 2, 3 half double crochets, slip stitch, and then turn, and we want to slip stitch across the top, chain 2, 3 half double crochets into that space, and slip stitch. All right, so there we go. We've got 3 and 3. So this is done with half double crochet, chaining 5 and doing 3 half double crochets. So if I take all of the other blocks that we have here, so I'll just do this. So you can tell, so this was our regular corner to corner using double crochet. This one was still using double crochet, but instead of chaining 6, we chained 5. And then this one is our half double crochet, chaining 5. So you can see here, quite the, not a big difference, but it does make a difference. Also, if you look at the stitches, this one is a lot more kind of holy, more spacey. This one, still a little holy, not too bad to the eye. And this one is more tight knit, which is probably why I prefer the mini over the regular and even the modified double crochet with chain 5. So you guys can play around with your chains and see which one you guys prefer. Also, keep in mind, if you have a large graph, so if your graph has many blocks, say 100 blocks by 100 blocks, and you're worried that it's going to be like ridiculously huge, you can always go for the mini corner to corner, so you still get that detail with your blanket, but it's not going to be obnoxiously I can't say that word. It's not going to be huge. Right? So if you guys check out my Batman corner to corner blanket that I posted on TikTok, you guys will see, like, it's not really big, but it is 80 blocks by 80 blocks, and I use the mini corner to corner. I call it mini corner to corner. That could totally be the wrong word, but that's just how I like to do it. So regular, modified regular, mini corner to corner. I hope this helped you guys figure out which method you guys want to go with. hopefully I was able to make it a little bit easier to understand corner to corner, because I know it could be pretty intimidating. But let me know in the comments down below if this was able to help you. Let me know which method you guys prefer. And I hope you guys have yourself a good day.